What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Meta Monday on the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at the deck that just won Portland Regionals for Pokemon this past weekend, and that is none other than Giratina VSTAR paired with Arceus VSTAR. This deck is phenomenal, it's very consistent, it's very fun, and it's really good, and it just overall it hits big numbers, which is really satisfying. The premise of the deck is to use Arceus VSTAR's Trinity Nova for 200 damage. You can search for 3 basic energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And paired with Giratina VSTAR, you have a 3 energy attack that hits for 280 damage. And the only caveat is that you have to put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon into the Lost Zone. And so this means that you can put the double turbos that are attached to your Pokemon into the Lost Zone to satisfy the requirement if you don't feel like getting rid of your other energy. Arceus VSTAR also has a unique ability called Starbirth, where when you use it, you can search for any 2 cards in the deck, and there's no drawback. You just use it once per game, you can search for any 2 cards, and that's really important, especially with the deck considering it runs 4 Judge as well as 4 Path to the Peak. This is what's known as a Judge Path deck, where you just set up, hit your opponent hard, judge them, put 4 cards in their hand, Path to the Peak, and just go from there. And the other interesting thing is it runs 4 bosses order, so you can always target what you want. And then there is also the Cleansing Gloves. Cleansing Gloves makes it to where the attacks of your Pokemon that it's attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So things like Gardevoir can still be one-shot. And Choice Belt. Now, Choice Belt does 30 extra damage to V-type Pokemon, so Cleansing Gloves actually makes it to where you can one-shot a Gardevoir EX in the Gardevoir matchup. So you can boss up a Gardevoir, attach Cleansing Gloves, and hit for 310. So this is the list that we're running. I'll throw a screen graph up right now of what the actual deck looks like, just so that way you guys can see all the cards for cards, because it's kind of hard to see here. But I did piece together this list from watching the live stream and the VOD, so I'm pretty sure that this is 60 out of 60 for the cards. If not, it's at least 55, 56 of the 60 that was ran to win the regionals. So shout out to, I believe his name was Landon Kettler. I believe he was who piloted this deck to victory. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the gameplay. Alright guys, here we are with the gameplay. Looking at our hand, we do have a pretty good start. And our opponent starts Lumineon, so I am curious as to what he's playing. We do have the V-Guard energy for Arceus, so he's using Battle VIP Pass. So we're going to see exactly what they're playing just from these grabs. He could be playing Lost Box that plays Lumineon, just to grab a supporter. Okay, so there's Mew. Okay, so he's most likely playing Gardevoir, which this deck does have a decent matchup against Gardevoir, considering it plays 4 Path to the Peak as well as 4 Judge. And it also plays the Gloves tool that lets you hit way more damage. So I don't see a world in which you can KO this Arceus off the bat. And we also have V-Guard energy. So I think we're in an okay spot. And then with Arceus VSTAR, we can grab the energy and a Judge. And it really just comes down to hoping that we can draw well. So there's the memory skip rolls. Okay, so he chooses to pass. Okay. Here, we're going to have to just V-Guard energy. And pass. So we got the double energy, so that means that next turn we can grab a basic Giratina and we can grab the Judge. So we can Judge Path and start swinging and powering up a Giratina. Thankfully with Gardevoir it tends to be a little bit slower, on the slower side, depending on the build. And from this it looks like it's more Curlia based than anything, so I don't have to worry about a turn 2 rush attack. And we have the ability to shut off his whole engine, as I said, with hitting really big numbers with Giratina. So there's the fog crystal. Grabbing another energy. Thankfully, he's not going to be able to put energy in the discard either. Except if he uses Curlias, but he should have a tough time coming back from the Path Judge play. Not to mention that he has to have a lot to KO an Arceus and a Giratina. And he hasn't shown the Zacian V yet. So. Okay, so he chooses to pass, so that's fine. Okay, so looking at our hand, we have Trekking Shoes. First thing we're going to do is Trekking Shoes, and we get a Nest Ball. Yes, we'll put the Nest Ball into our hand. We're going to evolve into the Arceus VSTAR. We're going to attach. We're going to Nest Ball. Nest Ball is going to grab the Giratina. Let's see what else is prized. So we do have one Arceus VSTAR prized. We have the Giratina VSTAR in our hand. We have one Judge prized. We have a Path prized, and we have all of our energy. So here we're going to Starbirth. Starbirth is going to grab us Judge. And we'll also go for a... We'll go for another Giratina, just so we can set up two. I want to make sure that our... Okay, we do have Cleansing Gloves, which is good. So we'll go here, and then we'll go Path, Judge. Shuffling everything back into our deck. And we do draw another Path as well as Nest Ball. With Nest Ball, we can grab another... We can grab a Bidoof. And then here, we're just going to Trinity Nova. KOing the Mew, and then we'll grab two Grass. I'm more likely to see the Grass, so we'll grab a Psychic. We have an energy in our hand. We have a Psychic energy in hand. So we'll grab the Grass. We'll go Grass, Psychic, and then Grass. And now he's in a spot where he can't... He can draw a lot of cards, but he's really only going to +3 cards. And the Path to the Peak really puts in a lot of work. We did get another Judge too off the prizes, which is really good. So here he's using Refinement. And if we can draw the other Giratina VSTAR, we'll be in a really good spot because Giratina plus Cleansing Gloves KOs the Gardevoir, and we do play 4 Boss's Orders. So it should be a very good game. And if it's a fast game, it at least shows why Path to the Peak is good, because it shuts off a lot of what Gardevoir wants to do. So there's a Shining Arcana. Attaches 1 energy and draws a card. There's another Gardevoir for even more draw. So he's looking at a lot of cards this turn. 3 Curlias plus 2 Gardevoirs, that's 10 new cards. So there's another energy. So he can hit us for 3, 6, 9, 150 damage if he doesn't get the Gardevoir EX. So there's the Ultra Ball. So there's the Gardevoir EX that we mentioned. Now, if he has the counter stadium, it's going to be a little bit annoying, but he would need to put 6 energy to KO a Arceus. But even if he does that, okay. So he brings up the Giratina, which is fine. So he chooses to pass. Okay. Let's see. So We can attach retreat, but I don't really want to do that. I would rather get a double turbo energy and retreat with that. But we're gonna, let's see. We're less likely to draw energy, so we're gonna judge. We still have the path lock too, and we did get the double turbo, unfortunately, but that's okay because we can retreat, use Arceus, we can Trinity Nova, and we'll grab a 2 grass and a psychic. And we'll put 2 grass here, and we'll put a psychic energy right here, because now with the double turbo, it guarantees that we can swing next turn or retreat regardless of what he brings up. And we do get another path to the peak off the prizes. So we've seen a good amount of path to the peaks. And with this turn especially, if we're able to top deck the gloves, we can KO the Gardevoir and put him in a very bad spot. So there's the worker. Now he can play Zacian down and swing with the Zacian. Okay, there's Shining Arcana. If he benches the Zacian, he can KO the Arceus, but there's no way that he can KO the Arceus or anything else without putting enough damage on the Gardevoir to KO it. And he already has 9 energy, so at most he has 2 or 3 energy left. If he attaches for turn and puts 6 energy on Gardevoir, that's only 270 damage. So he'll be technically a turn behind as far as energy attachments go. The only reason I saved the Ultra Ball too was because with saving the Ultra Ball, it means that I can Ultra Ball next turn for the Giratina VSTAR, just in the off chance that he chooses to KO. So there's the Psychic Embrace. So he puts 1 energy on Ralts. The only issue is that even if we KO the Gardevoir, he still has Rare Candy Gardevoir potentially. So, okay, so there's Palpad. I really wish the client would show you what they bring back. Okay, there's the Level Ball. Level Ball for Kirlia. I hope he realizes that Kirlia has a 2 retreat cost and not a 1, so we'd have to accelerate another energy. We do still have Path to the Peak, so there's at least 3 more in total. There's 1 in hand and then 2 in the deck, so we'll be in a really good spot. So there's the Ultra Ball. Let's see what the Ultra Ball's for. There's another Gardevoir EX. So we haven't seen a Zacian yet. Now if he chooses to evolve this Ralts into a Gardevoir EX, we can actually dig for the band, or we can boss up a 2-prizer actually, and take 2 prizes and then dig. Because the Arceus VSTAR can KO the Lumineon. So let's see what he chooses to switch into. So he switches into Gardevoir EX actually. Interesting. So our best bet here, we have 30 cards left in deck. So the best thing that we could actually do is probably put an energy on the Giratina. We can Ultra Ball, get rid of a double turbo and the research. We'll grab a barrel because Bibarel guarantees that we see cards every turn. So we'll go Bibarel. We're hitting 180, so we can boss up the Lumineon. We can path. Use Barrel to draw 5 new cards. And let's see. Nest Ball. We'll just thin the deck. That way if he promotes the Gardevoir EX, we can actually try and draw into it. So here we'll just Trinity Nova. 180 damage. We'll grab the Psychic Energy, and we'll just put the Psychic Energy on that Giratina. So here we're getting 2 prizes. Now, whatever he promotes is going to be KO'd, and we did draw the Research too. So we can thin the deck even more. We can Barrel and also use Ultra Ball for the Giratina VSTAR. And he only has 5 cards left in deck too. I think we're in a really good position. And if he benches a 2-prizer, we have the boss into the manual retreat with Giratina VSTAR. So his only hope is to bring up Gardevoir EX and think that we're not playing the gloves. Oh. Our best bet too with next turn. Okay, there's Rare Candy. So Rare Candy and a Gardevoir. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of deck thinning. First thing we're gonna do is Ultra Ball. We're gonna get rid of the Path to the Peak and probably the boss. And we'll grab the Giratina VSTAR. And then... oh, he's putting even more damage on the Gardevoir, so we can actually KO it regardless. Okay, so he manually retreats. He brings up the Gardevoir. Okay. Psychic Embrace. He needs to put 7 energy in order to KO us. So, and if he puts 7 energy, we take a prize card. So... yeah, because 6 energy would be 240 damage. Is he gonna attach one more? Okay. Is he gonna leave us with 250 damage on us? Okay, so there's the Brainwave for 250. And now I think what we're gonna do here is... we'll bench the Arceus. We're just going to go digging. We're going to go Ultra Ball because we're still in a winning position regardless. So we're going to Ultra Ball. I'm not too worried about the Path now. So we can get rid of Path and Research. Oh, and our opponent concedes. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, if you do, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.